Hello again. The Choice on Termination of Pregnancy Act was passed in 1997, giving South African women the choice to have an abortion on demand if they're less than 13 weeks pregnant. But because of the stigma attached to this, it's a choice they're often denied. The My Body, My Choice Coalition will be launching the Voices and Choices multimedia exhibition at Constitution Hill. This exhibition seeks to combat the stigma by bringing to the fore real stories of women and young girls. Well, I'm joined this evening by the curator of the exhibition, Mabato Monto. Mabato, good evening. And thanks for your time. I'm sure you're very busy setting this up, but thanks for coming. So tell us what it's all about.
Well, the exhibition, as you said, it's about tackling abortion stigma. So we've brought together different women artists, all who've done some sort of work for women's rights, women's justice. And their artworks are going to be in collaboration with real stories of women and their experiences with abortion. Okay,
so you say women and young girls. Can you give us some idea of what some of the stories are? Obviously, there has to be a shock value to these as well for people to actually, you know, they have to be honest. I'm sure they have to be.
Yeah, I don't know about shock value.
Okay, not shocking, but deeply honest. Yes. So if you can give us some idea of what are some of the stories?
Look, the stories we got cover the spectrum of emotion. There are women who are absolutely relieved they had a positive experience with getting their abortions. And there are women who were forced to go for backstreet abortions after having tried to go to hospitals. But because of the stigma, they were denied access, and, you know, that things follow each other and they end up having backstreet abortions. Some women were, you know, in situations where they were not so supported, so they do go to the state hospital, do get the abortion there, but the treatment from the medical staff is tough. And some women, you know, go to women's clinics where they are supported. So, I mean, I think that the exhibition covers a spectrum of all those experiences and validates all of those experiences.
Are there any stories of regret at having done it?
Not that I have received, no.
And those who maybe went to have it done and didn't do it, do we have those stories?
Yes, yeah.
Because those would be vital to the argument as well.
There is one story okay, there are two stories. One of them was not able to get the service because of the stigma and the access, and being told to come back this week and next week and next week until eventually they kept the baby. And there's one story of a woman who didn't have the abortion who says she wishes she had, had she known what life would have been like, you know, after having the child. So, like I said, we're trying to validate all of those people's experiences, to not say one is more correct than the other, no.
So, obviously, the right people have to see this exhibition. The right people have to come and hear these stories. How are you making sure that you're bringing in the right people or getting through to the right people to come and hear these very real stories?
Look, I think it's an important exhibition for everybody. So there may be people who don't think abortion should be stigmatized, or they feel no shame about it. And I think they'll find a sense of community there. There are people who are afraid, who think of it in negative ways, and I think they'll get a learning by coming through there. So I think both just normal people in society and people with the power to make it accessible and to take the stigma away can each take something away from the exhibition. We're promoting it on social media. I'm here.
You're here.
And, you know, word of mouth is a really powerful thing. So we've tried to make it such an intimate, I mean, we've built a maze to kind of speak to the different journeys that women go through. So we've completely transformed that space at number 4 at Women's Jail. So I'm hoping that just each person who visits the experience is so powerful that word of mouth will kind of push it along as well.
Could it be upsetting to some people? Some people might be apprehensive, say, okay, I'm going to go there, but I don't know what I'm going to hear or what am I going to see? Am I going to see pictures of aborted fetuses, or what is it? You know?
No, it's not sensational kind of in any sense whatsoever. We completely steered away from that.
Yeah.
I do think that content can be powerful without being shocking or sensationalist or anything like that. How people will feel when they're there, I mean, art is emotive.
Yeah. And so subject to interpretation
exactly.
also, right? Yeah.
So it will provoke some emotion, some will be good, some will be bad. It's the nature of art, we can't control that. Yeah.
Do you address also sort of culture and religion, which plays a big part in fueling that stigma?
So we didn't put any of our own words. All the stories that are part of the exhibition are purely from the people's personal experiences. One of the themes that kept coming up quite a bit was religion. So some of the, you know, the weight that people carried was, what does this mean for my religious beliefs? Yeah. So that came through quite a bit, yeah.
Okay, so what are we expecting to see? Are we expecting to see, is it pictures?
It's images, there's paintings, there's photography, there's a beautiful maze, a textile maze that you're going to walk through as you experience these different images, artworks, paintings, illustrations, photography, and of course the stories all interacting with each other within the space. It's quite, I think it's fresh. I haven't seen anything like that at Con Hill. So
especially the honesty of it, I suppose. These coming from real women who've actually been through this.
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay, well I wish you all the luck. It launches tomorrow, but for the public from the 27th to the 29th of September.
27th to the 29th. Hopefully if people come in numbers, we can influence the people to kind of stretch
to extend the dates.
Yeah,
okay, well good luck with that. Thank you very much for your time there. That's Mabata Moncho, curator.